Sunny Radio, where it's always in the 80s. Thank you so much for listening on a Friday. Each Friday for the last, 4 or 5 weeks, something like that, we've been chatting with people from the United Way. We've got a nice young lady here from the United Way right now. We have SharonSergent. How are you?
I am very well, thank you.
Very good. Well, we're glad to have you here. Now, which committee are you a part of with United Way in the Sioux Empire?
Sure, I'm chairperson for the Health and Healing Impact team.
Very nice. Now, what are some of the different organizations you guys work with in the Sioux Empire?
Oh, we work with quite a few. The most common that most people will recognize are MB and the YMCA.
Yeah.
We also work with Dakota Dental and their Dakota Smiles mobile unit.
Nice.
And Face It Together Sioux Falls.
Very cool. And this is a segment that reaches quite a few people. I'm kind of looking at the statistics here, and there's quite a few people that are impacted, aren't there?
Oh, immensely so. For example, on the Dakota Smiles program, which is kind of near and dear to my heart, because I have kids in this elementary schools. And in South Dakota, there are, among the third grade kids, there are 1/3 of those kids have untreated dental issues.
Oh, wow.
That's quite a bit higher than the national average of 21%.
Wow.
And so funding the mobile unit for Dakota Smiles, we can screen 130 kids, 100 of which this is their very first dental visit.
Oh,
very
man.
first.
How cool is that?
And among the 130 kids, they provided this Dakota Smiles program provided 1,662 procedures and treatments for these kids.
That's awesome.
The kids are suffering from dental issues, and it impacts, how they sleep at night, how they study during the day, their performance in school, their social relationships.
And what you can eat and what you can't eat.
Exactly.
On what it is, so.
Exactly.
Well, that is absolutely awesome. And I know that's just one tiny little portion of your category that you're working with, the Health and Healing Division of the United Way. What are some of the other areas that you guys cover there?
Sure. For example, the Centers for Disease Control indicates that about 10 people die each and every day from accidental drownings.
Oh, wow.
And 20% of them being kids 14 and under. Yeah. With gifts to the United Way, we're able to fund MB's Aquatics program.
Nice.
And they provide all sorts of things, swimming lessons, specialty classes. They provide the training for lifeguards in Sioux Falls for the outdoor pools and just open swim opportunities.
Very, very nice. Give people the opportunity to go have fun, but it's also doing something very positive by training up those lifeguards and having people there to help as well.
And teaching these kids how to swim.
Yeah.
So they're stronger swimmers and they don't run into problems in the water that the lifeguards would have to be called upon to take care of.
Very nice. Now, I'm looking on here. There's also a category for substance abuse and mental health services. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Did you know that in the Sioux Empire, 10% of all residents 12 and over have some sort of severe alcohol or substance abuse problem.
10%.
10%. 1 in every 11 of those individuals, they don't get the help they need, or they do get the help they need, but that leaves 10 people
10
of every 11
yeah.
untreated. So through United Way, we fund Face It Together Sioux Falls, their recovery support programs.
Nice.
And they provide a wide range of peer-to-peer recovery programs. And let's see, last year, 1,997 callers were served, people calling in to seek treatment, to get help. And there were 2,546 visitors to Face It Sioux Falls. Again, to get the help they need, not only for themselves, but these are family members. Yeah. And so it impacts the entire family.
A whole circle around each one of these people.
Exactly.
I'm looking at the info here, and I also see that we're going to talk about walking.
Walking.
And how does that tie in now?
Sure. For every 1 hour of walking that you do, studies suggest that it impacts your life expectancy, increases your life expectancy by 2 hours.
Wow.
So, studies show that 30 minutes of moderate aerobic activity each day puts you at lower risk for heart disease and stroke. United Way funds the YMCA's family wellness program.
Oh, very cool.
And that program provides a wide range of services. Just getting people in there to do Zumba and Pilates, free weights, basketball, just to maintain that active lifestyle to keep healthy, to extend your life expectancy.
That's absolutely awesome. So every hour you walk, you add 2 hours of your life.
Exactly.
I'm going to just start walking right now, and I'll never die.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe it doesn't quite work that way.
No. But,
again,
we all know that activity helps.
Yeah.
And
you know what?
Every little bit helps.
After a walk, you always feel better, too.
Absolutely.
It is a good thing. Visiting again right now with Sharon, and she is with the United Way of the Sioux Empire. Now, there's a lot of people that about once a year, their employer comes to them and says, hey, we're doing our United Way campaign, and we'd like to encourage everybody to contribute. And thank you so much to the people that do that, because
Absolutely.
that makes a huge difference. For those of you that don't, we would love to encourage you. I know your employer is encouraging you too, but we'd love to encourage you to participate this year. And that's where the funds go. Today we talked
Absolutely.
about just one tiny little fraction of the things. There's so many wonderful organizations out there. Now, how did you get involved in helping at the United Way?
Sure. I wanted to volunteer, and there are so many volunteer opportunities here in the Sioux Empire. And there's plenty that are seen. People mentoring kids in the school district, working at the hospitals, that sort of thing. What I didn't realize are all of the volunteer opportunities behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And that's what intrigued me about United Way and these teams. I had a friend working on one of these impact teams, and what she did and what she explained to me and what I do now, these teams, consisting all of volunteers, all those dollars raised through the different campaigns go to these programs, and these volunteers decide which programs need the funding the most and where our dollars, the gifted dollars, are best utilized.
And it's a great opportunity for these people who are doing good things to be able to do good things, instead of them saying, okay, now we got to stop doing good things to go raise some money, and then we're going to come back to doing good things. By being funded by the United Way, they can just focus on doing the good things.
Absolutely.
So it's just a really cool thing. If you'd like to know more, I'm going to give you a website you can go to, the Sioux Empire United Way. Their website is SEUW.org. So that stands for Sioux Empire United Way.
Correct.
SEUW.org. And thank you again for stopping in today.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Definitely. And thank you for all of the people that are already making contributions to the United Way. And if you're not one of those, I encourage you to do that this year if you can. And even just if it's a little bit, that would be awesome. Again, more information or learn how to volunteer at SEUW.org.